Hey everybody, it is me, and I am taking a little mental health walk. I was just speaking to a prospective employer, which was very obviously a scam after a little moment, and it's just very frustrating to me how human beings remain so willing to take advantage of those in times of need or even desperate positions. This particular employer, quote unquote, just so that you know, posed as a pharmaceuticals company that was offering remote work from home data entry, but you needed certain items, certain equipment in order to begin training. So prior to training, prior to hire, prior to receiving any documentation regarding this role, they say that I am approved, accepted, and all I have to do is buy $1,500 worth of equipment from a selected vendor. Um, if you ever hear something like that, just know that's obviously not legitimate. So that happened. Excuse the angle. I know it's very unflattering. Gotta scratch my back. So that happened. Now I'm on this beautiful nature walk and sipping a little bit of coffee, you know, doing my thing. If my arm keeps going down, it's because I did upper body in the gym yesterday, and to be honest, that is my weak point. So we are adjusting. We are adjusting in accordance with all of the obstacles that present themselves from day to day. This is what life is about, right? So anywho, I am enjoying nature, observing the birds, the bees, the bugs. I saw a really creepy looking, it looked like a little brown spider with pink on its back leg, translucent, or luminescent rather, pink markings. So that was pretty cool. I really love nature, so it's nice to see fun things. I don't know if you can hear the siren, but here in my neck of the woods, nature is often juxtaposed with civilization, noise, all of that fun stuff. So, what is the lesson in what happened today? I think it's the lesson that seems to be recurring for me, which is whatever the setback, all you can do is just keep going. You know, my arms hurt, well, keep switching them, even if it looks awkward. You get a promising position and it turns out to be a scam, don't lament. It's a good thing you didn't fall for it, right? Someone promises to take you out and they bail. Now you got a little extra time to yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's always a positive, and even if it is a negative, let's say, you just keep going. What else are you gonna do? Sit there, cry about it, get down in the dumps? I know I would be an asset to any team. I know that I'm a hard worker. I know that I'm intelligent and capable. And perhaps I need to have a little more faith in myself and start doing things that I need to do on the side, such as have some ideas. I'm not going to tell you in case you want to steal it, but I have some projects in mind that I've been kind of holding off on because, well, you know, who's going to want it? How difficult will it be? You know, am I really good enough for that type of person, right? I think one of the most important things for me is just continuing this little video diary as well, because let's be honest, videotaping yourself is very vulnerable. We don't always like how we look, how we sound. Sometimes we could be hypercritical of the things we say or the delivery, and I don't know. I feel like that's a fear I'd like to conquer, or um, apprehension that I'd like to discard. You know, guess what? Time goes on, none of us are getting younger. Um, we can do things to be more vibrant, to be more healthy, but we're all moving towards the same destination. So, how are we using the journey? Are we holding ourselves back because of limitations due to our vessel, circumstance? Like, what's that about? Do you see squirrels being self conscious about hibernating and getting a little extra fluff on them? No, they don't care. They just guzzle their nuts and fatten up for the winter time. It doesn't matter to them. They're not self conscious. And when they come out all skinny and raggedy, they don't care. A squirrel with half a tail still goes out and feels entitled to the same amount of nuts as the squirrel with the biggest, bushiest tail of them all, right? Why are we out here limiting ourselves based on these superficial things? So, whatever. I know that the right opportunity is going to present itself at the right time. I know that it will all work out in my favor. I am hoping for something where I'm also able to partake in the things that bring me joy in a way that would not be overly depleting. But I'm also willing to double down and put in a little extra work to set foundations for the things that I want to enjoy long term, right? I think that's another thing I'm learning, is that there's a little bit of give and take, and I am ready and willing to accept from the universe, but, or I should say, and I realize that I need to give as good as I get, so to speak. Like, I need to make sure my energy is good. I will benefit from making sure that I'm putting forth good things into the world, into the universe. So let's see how everything plays out. Ooh, I don't know if you could see this. This is such a pretty light. All right, I'm getting used to this camera, so look at how that stick is. I feel like it's very pretty. But I had a point. Yes, let's see how everything plays out. I am getting used to, I don't know, this phase in my life where I'm able to take a step back and really analyze the things I want, need, the things that will bring me life and joy. And there were certain things also that I realized, just as a side note, that I was fixated upon that may not necessarily be, they might not hold the amount of value that I considered them to hold, or that I told the universe I believe they had, based on how much time and energy I spent on fixating about them. For example, love, for example, looks, things like that. I'm realizing what really matters is integrity, what matters is purpose, what matters is family, right? That's a different type of love than I was just mentioning. I was talking about romantic love. A lot of young women fall into that trap, men as well. But I'm open to whatever life presents to me. I'm feeling very vibrant, very loving, very loved. But my focus is really on stability, on purpose, on building. And in this process, I'm also learning and exploring in a new way, with humility. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really know exactly where I'm being led, where I'm going to end up. I just know I have to keep doing what I know is right and what feels right in any given moment. And I know I keep stopping over here. I'm in the woods. I feel like I'm getting bitten. Maybe it's just in my head, but Bugs be out here. So I always like to relate to people who may be watching this video. I don't know if you're going through a similar situation, or if you've been where I'm at, or if you just resonate with some of the things that I'm saying or feeling. But I hope you get a little benefit out of this video. I know you've probably seen up my nose and in my mouth a million bajillion times because I keep switching my arms, and I have a empty coffee cup that I'm waiting to throw in the proper receptacle. But I appreciate you for joining me as I continue forward relentlessly, because I won't be stopped, and I know you won't either. So until next time, I'm gonna let you be. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this walk. Bye.